This is more of a complaint thing than anything else, but on these Toshibas, usually what you have with any other laptop is this little kind of cover here that hides the screws underneath. You can, basically undo it and undo the screws, and keyboard comes up. What Toshiba does is their top cover here is actually three pieces, so to say. You have this here, but it's also integrated with this top piece. So when you go through and try and pull this out, you gotta basically kind of force this to slide out here, but you also gotta pop all this off across there at the same time, slide that out, and then do the same thing on the other side to get it off. And as you'll see here, it's got a little bit of a bevel on it, so it can actually fit into there like so. And the same thing, the way this is designed here is how this bottom piece here is designed to integrate into this. So just so you know, if you ever try and pull one of these off, you have to pull this up and that. And on some of the models, this is actually a separate piece that just comes off altogether, and then you can work on this other top part, the button part, separate. So I've got probably the stupidest thing I've seen ever. If I kind of lift this up here, this one connector here, this actually slides out. See how I can get my kind of screwdriver right there? That's basically the separator between this connector holds it in, the connector itself, and of course the cable. You see that gray cable. The problem here, see that little metal thing right under the screwdriver tip? That's completely in the way. I can't get any forceps in here to actually grab a hold of this and slide it out. I'm forced to actually use my screwdriver tip and kind of pry it out, or my fingernail. But on top of that, you got that actual connector in there. So there's a high chance this thing can actually break just trying to remove it. And I don't really see any other way of getting this out. I mean, you could try, wiggling it or something like that, but I mean, that is just the stupidest thing I've seen in a while. And I know this video seems like I'm ranting a lot, but Toshiba has a very poor track record with me in the last few months on some of their connectors. This is something else I'm going to talk about here while I've got it open. See this connector, how it's kind of got that little strange like lump there? That thing was actually partially melted into this connector. And I had to take apart another one under warranty, an on-site warranty. I was told to actually go ahead and just break the connector anyway, so they could go through and continue the repair for a motherboard replacement. I didn't want to do that, but I was instructed to per the repair company. And needless to say, I told them, you're going to have to go through and depot this thing either way, as soon as I saw the first one do that, because that's trouble when you have something melted like that. And sure enough, we had like 2 or 3 more like that, and they kept telling me to go through. So this is why I don't recommend Toshibas at all anymore. They used to be a good brand, but stupid things like this here and that there, it's just beyond me what their designers must be thinking. So on this connector, I had to take a gamble. I had to go through and basically get a little bit of light under here, which you're not going to be able to see because I can't hold flashlight at the same time. If I tilt it just a little bit, you can kind of see there's another wire attached to there. And of course, this is a 2-wire connector. So I took the chance of that this thing probably is not soldered to the board or has any connectors under it. So I just took my screwdriver, pried it up, and sure enough, it was just glued via heat onto the board. And then I had to take my forceps and very easily pull this out, and then I'm going to have to somehow get that reconnected when I'm done with it. But that's how this one works. You basically lift it up, pull that out. That's one of the things with working on laptops. You never really know what you're going to get, and as you can see, a little bit of melted damage there because this thing literally was melting in place. I'm very concerned about all these Toshibas. continuing my little rant, there's also a certain level of quality that goes into building a system. And you can tell some of that quality, that care, all that stuff, by simple things. And in this case, I see something right off the bat that it really disappoints me here now I've opened up this system to look at it. See this here? This part of the sticker? It's not supposed to be here. In fact, it even tells you, and I'm going to try to zoom in on that, but it says peel here. You're supposed to go through, and when you adhere the sticker to your system, when you're a system builder, you're supposed to peel this portion off. And for some unknown reason, the technician that put this computer together didn't. And I don't think it's because this sticker is hard to get off. Or who knows, it could be. He might have just been that lazy that he just didn't want to go through and peel this little bit off. But I mean, that's the way it's supposed to look. And this piece is extra. And it just goes to show you like the quality that Toshiba's actually putting into the systems now. They don't even bother to go through and peel off that extra piece. They're just sticking it on, shipping it out the door. Along with all the other stuff I've shown you on this system. I'm not going to buy or recommend any Toshiba laptops to anyone for many years, because these are quality control issues that I know are not going to get resolved until a couple years. I don't care how good you are at process management or whatnot. These are some pretty ingrained issues in the actual employees, and it's going to take a while for them to get the processes straight, weed out the bad employees that are not even caring about stuff like that, and get their system design back in square. That's going to take a few years, and that's a shame because they used to make a really good system.